Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic Remastered. This time we're taking a look at the 1999 Mitsubishi GTO Twin Turbo MR, also known as the 3000 GT VR-4 MR, depending on your region. If you've been around this channel for any length of time, you'll know this is my favourite of the classic 90s JDM sports cars. Everyone loves the Skylines and the NSXs, but for me, the GTO is where it's at. It's one of the all-time best looking sports cars, in my opinion. Yes, I know it's a little bit overstyled, but that's kind of the point. It is just an insane car, big wing, 4 exhaust pipes, you got the strakes down the side. It looks phenomenal. I love this last generation of GTO. This is my favourite generation of all of the GTOs. I love it dearly. It's my sort of sports car as well, because it's more of a luxury cruiser than it is an actual full-on track-focused sports car. This is the sort of thing you could actually live with every day. Although it is a Mitsubishi, so whether it starts every day is a different topic. Anyways, these cars are very quick around here. Not only do I love these cars in the real world, I also love driving these cars around this track. Out of all of the JDM sports cars, the GTOs are just the most composed, which means they're the quickest. They have the power of the Skylines, but the controllability of the RX-7s, and none of the wishy-washiness of the NSXs, if that makes sense. In terms of power, it's got a lot of it. Four-wheel drive, 705 horsepower, awful lot of torque, but an awful lot of weight, 1,486 kilos. I should point out, this is the lightweight one. This is the MR. In case you're curious, there is the 1999 normal twin turbo and this, the MR. The MR is slightly lighter. The twin turbo, while both of them start out the same, the twin turbo with upgrades actually has more power, a significant amount as well. It's about 30 horsepower up on this. So that one's going to run the race mod. The standard SR is going to run the race mod as well, the four-wheel drive, naturally aspirated one. So I've elected not to run race mod on this, because otherwise we'd be triple dipping in GTO race mods, and I can't look that biased towards the last generation of GTO. So we're running this car stock, which I think is the best way to appreciate it anyway, because it is a fantastic looking car. Standard. Bit hard to choose between the red and the green, but for me the timber green pearl is the colour for this car. Anyways, it is going to get 6 laps of the Motorsports Lander track in order to set the best time it possibly can. Our current leader is the Mitsubishi FTO LM edition, set a time of 27.131. This car obviously isn't beating that. Although, interestingly, the GTO LM edition was the previous fastest car, so a little bit of a family lineage there. Speaking of GTOs, they have been phenomenally quick around this course. They're all basically around the same time at 28.8. So we'll see if this one can match its brethren or beat them. I'm hoping beat them, because that'll be a really good sign for when the normal twin turbo goes around the course. That is quick through there. I apologise for all the Discord notifications going off. This car is quick. It is very quick, actually. That is ridiculous. A little bit on the heavy side, you can feel it, but 28.261. Oh, wow, okay. This is quicker than the normal GTO. Much quicker than the normal GTO, my god. Yeah, like I say, most of them 28.8, so this one is a bit more up there. Hopefully we can go a little bit quicker. I would love to get it. I don't think there's 0.2 in it, but I would love to get another 0.2 out of this. Get it right on the cusp of the 27s. I think that would make this one of the very first normal road cars to get into the 27s. And there will not be a lot of them that do that. I would look at the leaderboard and fact check that for you, but a bit difficult. There is two normal road cars have got into there at the moment, 3 actually, because the Evo 5 RS or whatever it was called, the one that ran the leaderboard for a while, the other Mitsubishi, because of course it's another Mitsubishi. It is the R390 and the Roof BTR 3.8 are the only 2 other ones to do it. Scrappy laps, need to get into the zone. Am I talking this up too much? Can I even get it there? That's the question. I think it's already done a pretty valiant effort, considering. It's just one of those cars where you can push it. It's just a bit difficult to push it, and because it's so fast, trying to make up any time is quite irritating. A little bit of kick out on the tail there as well. I don't think we're going to get any quicker, but could it do it? I think there's a little bit more time in there. Yeah, I was not expecting that 261 on that first flyer. That is phenomenally quick. That's a really good car to drive. I am very excited to drive the 99 now. Yeah, it's a little bit... The problem is, because it's so heavy, getting more out of it and pushing it, a little bit difficult. You're gonna have to start getting really liberal with that hill, I think. If you completely like shot it off that hill and timed it perfectly right, instead of trying to make the other corner, probably could go a little bit quicker. But no, apparently that was like the full-on quickest lap. It's also interesting to note, this is only 3 kilometers behind that FTO LM edition, and if I'm being perfectly honest, the GTO LM edition was, I think that was hitting like 140, so this is quicker than the GTO LM edition down the straights, which is just insane to think about. But yeah, it's just one of those cars where when you try and push it, it just doesn't quite reciprocate. I definitely think there's some time to make up through the second and last sectors, but I think I sort of bobbed on that first sector, which I usually do on lap 2 and then never can replicate, which is very irritating, but there you go. Anyways, a 28.261 will place this into 17th. It is only fractionally slower than the Mainz Lancer Evo 5, Ford GT90, Ford GT40 and the Ford RS200, but it is quicker than the Roof CTR2, the Audi S4, the Altezza LM edition, the Daihatsu Storia rally car, the Evo 5 GSR, which bodes interesting for the race modded version of this, the standard car. Quicker than the Spas F1, quicker than the 98 Impreza. Yeah. The only, like I say, the only road cars this is slower than is the Evo 5 RS, the 22B, the R390 road car, the BTR4, and the GT40, because the RS200 is sort of technically a race car. So, yeah, and the Mainz Evo as well. So, yeah, no, that is a phenomenal step. I do think this might become a bit of a competition between sort of the Evos, the Roofs, and this on what's going to come out as like the quickest out-and-out standard upgradable road car in the game, which I'm very excited to see which car wins that battle. But anyways, that is it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Join me next time when I will be driving something completely different. Until then, farewell.
Knowing just where my hopes and dreams are going.